Hey guys, this is me and my horrible French accent once again. So yeah, first happy holidays. And even though the Christmas was there and it's New Year's Eve soon, I still managed to do some work. The project moved forward. Well, only a little bit because of course I couldn't work as much as I would usually, but I still brought the data over there to my false place and I worked a little bit. So I'm going to show what's new. There are some new features in there, and there is also some stuff that is still incomplete, but that I'm going to show anyway. So the intro is still the same as before. I haven't added the gibberish voiceover yet, so I'm just going to skip it. There's no point in showing it again. And I'm going to start a new game, and you will see why one of the new features. So the intro screen the same. As usual, the intro screen only display keyboard commands, not yet the gamepad commands. I have to use the mouse to navigate the menus. That's bad. I will have to add the key gamepad controls for the menus as well. But I'm actually working on that. But it's not yet in the main game. I'm doing it in a separate scene because the game is divided in scenes. That's how it works in Unity. And I have a separate test scene where I am working on those those gamepad controls for the menus. But right now they are not in the main game. So I have to click the button here to start. And you can see the game has still no true intro as the game starts immediately. That's of course bad. But you can see I can still jump, move around. The background on the platforms are not the same as before. It's still pretty much always the same for now, but that's going to change pretty soon. Because I actually improved a lot the spawner for the platforms. It uses a bunch of predefined blocks. You see here I'm not having the same platforms. It's because a different block of platform was loaded. So now I just have to add extra platform groups, platform blocks. I call that game blocks in my code. I just have to create other game blocks, add them to the data, and bam, I'm going to get levels with a wide variety of situations of platform dispositions. So that's a good thing. There's some things that move forward, even if it's not very apparent yet. But the big new feature that you can see in the game right now is that I can actually do push-ups now. And as I explained before, push-ups are a very big thing in the game. Because if you don't do push-ups, you will actually have a lot of trouble losing weight. Because you see, I'm going to eat this hot dog, and I already lost all my score. I'm more fat than when I started. I gain weight, so that's bad. But if I do push-ups, I can lose weight much quicker. And doing the push-ups, as I said, is a big thing in this game. You have to do them to win. And balancing moving forward and doing the push-ups is the whole concept of the game when you think about it. So of course I will have to work quite a bit to lose all the weight of that hot dog because I ate a hot dog, which is of course very fat. That's not the best pickup in the game, and maybe you should actually avoid the fat food. That's also the point of the game. But yeah, you see I did some push-ups. I move forward. I'm pretty soon going back into positive score territory. Here my score is positive again. So I can actually do that because before having the push-ups feature implemented in the game, it was basically impossible to have actually a positive score. And there are also another feature in the game besides the push-ups. You can see that the push-ups, when I do them, it tells good, perfect, or nothing. Because in the original Flash games, doing push-ups was actually pretty boring. You just had to hold down the bottom key, the down key, and it will do push-up automatically forever. And that was boring because there was no mini games, there was no challenge. Now you have to push the push-up button in rhythm. And if you have perfect rhythm, you get a perfect. And if you have bad rhythm, you get nothing. And when you have perfects, you actually use more weight by doing push-ups. So that's a good thing. If you that makes doing push-ups much more interesting than in the original game. Because even if it's a remake, I learned quite a lot of things since 10 years ago. Not only in programming and art, but also in game design. And I realized, God, doing push-ups in the old game was so boring. So I improved on that. Of course, it's still a pretty basic game, I'm not going to lie. But at least now you're not bored. You have something to do, a little challenge all the time. Even when you stop to do push-ups, you have a little challenge. Of course, there is going to be a lot of extra things in the final game, enemies and traps and all that stuff. And special platforms which have, for instance, increased gravity and all that kind of things. All that kind of jazz. That's still missing from the game. But you can see that a game is starting to appear now. And we can also get achievements. Because achievements was actually a part of the original game. And getting achievements was not only for bragging rights, it granted you extra bonuses. So I'm not going to talk in complete detail about that system yet, even though it's mostly implemented. I'm just going to gain an achievement, I'll show you. So to gain an achievement, I will have to make 5 perfect push-ups in a row, and I just did, and I got an achievement. So the achievements for now are not saved, because that's better for doing my tests for now. But obviously in the future they will be saved and you will keep your achievements. The achievement pop-up is also pretty ugly right now. It's because I made it during my travels at my folks' place, and over there I don't have access to my drawing supplies, to my pen tablet. So the pop-up for achievement is ugly, but making it more prettier will be very easy from there because it works. It pops up at the right time, and a bunch of achievements are already implemented and pop up at the right time. So there is still a lot of work to do. My estimate for finishing this project is still about a month from now. So because even if I move forward, I didn't move forward very much. So yeah, maybe 3 weeks if I'm lucky and I manage to work a lot. But if I don't get unexpected bugs, that's why I'm saying lucky. It's not just work. It's also am I going to run into something unexpected? But yeah, with some luck, maybe 3 weeks. And if I'm unlucky, maybe a month or maybe slightly more than that. But yeah, overall, this project is going fairly well. I'm learning a bunch of Unity stuff. And I think after that, I will stick to my plan to doing games that you actually care about, like my card game with my friends or Victory Bell. So I committed suicide there, but I'm going to end the game anyway. It's not very important to show the rest. Okay, so here I showed the game. Of course, as usual, it was in Unity test environment. I didn't make a build, but that's not necessary at this point. That allows me to show you the complete state of the game right now, and also to give you a glimpse of what it means to be a game developer. What does Unity look like? What does the code look like? It looks like this. It's C#. I'm not like under a dev. I'm not doing JavaScript code and then poorly transferring to C#, if you know about that story. But yeah, I'm going to show you something else now, which is something I'm working on. I'm going to load the test shop scene. And the test shop scene is a scene where I am testing the shop screen, which will pop up when you get to the shop in the game. And this shop screen, it's incomplete right now, but I'm going to show it anyway. The good thing about this shop screen is that it's actually navigated with the gamepad. So I said I would have to work on that, and I'm doing it right now. I can navigate in this menu with the gamepad. As you see, my mouse, the cursor is not moving. I'm not using it. I'm moving around with the gamepad. It's working. So I'm not going on other buttons than those three, because other buttons would bug in my face right now. As I said, it's still very incomplete, but I'm getting the basics done. Right now the gamepad works, but the mouse doesn't work on this type of menu. The plan is, of course, to keep improving it so that both work. And once both of them work, I'm going to use this system on all my menus, which means all the menus will work with both the gamepad and the mouse. And that's something, that's a bit of code I'm going to use, I think, in all my future Unity projects, because it's something that's just really nice, being able to navigate the menus with both the gamepad and the mouse. I think that's a very good thing, and I plan to use it in my future projects as well. So yeah, I showed you everything. Sorry for the unexpected Discord message over there, but yeah, doesn't really matter, does it? After all, it's a relax game dev blog. I'm not editing the video. It's raw stuff, raw material, but it allows me to gain time to show you things really as they are without editing. You can see how things are right now in my Unity development environment. You can see everything, and that shows you that, yeah, I'm working, things are progressing, and I'm really doing the stuff myself. I'm not that great a coder, but you can see that I'm doing all this stuff, I'm working. So your donations on Patreons contribute to me being able to do this, and I want to thank you for that. I forgot. I'm going to say it on the Patreon as well through text, if you didn't watch up to that point. But I also want to give credit to my patrons in the game. I didn't show it last time, so I'm going to go over there just to show you. I have a credit screen. It's not that important, so I didn't show it last time. But this time I'm going to show it. So there, you have a credit screen. So once again, it's very basic. The purpose of this game is not to push the envelope on everything. It's mostly to learn and to get experience before doing stuff I might actually be able to sell, because I don't think this game is complex enough to sell considering the market today. But even though I want to edit those credits a little bit to put all my patrons in it, because you're allowing me to do this on a little scale. Of course, I don't make enough money on Patreon to only be a game developer yet, but I still want to thank you for your help and for your support. So I will put all your names in there. So I'm going to contact every one of you. That's going to be short, because there are very few of you as of right now. So I'm going to contact every one of you and ask you under which name you would like to appear in those credits, because I will add you in there, I promise. So yes, thank you for listening to this video, for bearing once again with my terrible French accent. But yeah, I hope you see a little bit of this work that I'm working, and hopefully you're getting more interest in the game, and you're curious to be able to play it. And I hope also that this will reinforce your trust in me, in my ability to actually make the Victory Bell game or games with more ambitions. Because this game has some ambition. It's not entirely basic, but it's not ambitious enough to be commercial yet. But I still need this step, you know, I still need to do this for the experience to be good enough. And afterwards, it will be the serious stuff. So, anyways, I'm rambling a little bit. I tend to do that. Thanks again for your attention and see you next week. Bye bye. Or should I say, au revoir.